So Sunday was the occasion. The occurrence was Saturday twilight, wasn't it? When Fremantle put Melbourne to the sword in a startling third quarter in particular, which I think will stand to be the most scrutinised quarter of footy to try to understand precisely what happened. What a validation, what an endorsement, what a triumph of Justin Longmuir's coaching and what Fremantle is building to do that at the MCG.
I think I've used this word already, but that was as captivating a football. We spoke about St Kilda's 20 minutes against Geelong about 3 weeks ago as the best 20 minutes of football we've seen this year. That was the best quarter of football we've seen this year, and maybe we've seen best this year because Melbourne did it in the finals last year a couple of times. That was unbelievable watching that. We've spoken before, Jared, a couple of weeks ago. I said they're only human. They're only human. They're not robots. There's going to be some emotional letdown at some stage. They're going to have injuries and a team will come up. So it just proves that they can be beaten. And psychologically, God, how important is that for every other team, that they can be beaten? So they'll look at that. The analysts will say, right, take this away, take that away. This is what they did. This is what they did. You know, Griffin Lowe going forward, leave him there. But it's the manner in which they played. For an absolute starting point against Melbourne, and this is only, this is pretty generally speaking, Jared, as an absolute starting point against Melbourne, you must meet them physically.
Yeah.
You must. And then we'll develop other things. But if you don't meet them physically and emotionally, you're gone. And that's what Fremantle did. It was so great to watch. I reckon it might go down as the best quarter of football I've seen Fremantle play. Now, under Ross Lyon and when they were really strong grand final teams, they weren't kicking 8 and 9 goals against an unbeaten Melbourne at the MCG. So you've got to look at the quality of the opposition. You know, anyway, it was great. It was fantastic to watch. So what happened in the centre square? So Darcy, Brayshaw, Mundy and Aish were then complemented by Lobb, Brodie, Akers and Sarong. And they took the much-vaunted Melbourne midfield. Oliver, Viney and Petrarca were together for 8 of the 10 centre bounces in the third quarter, and between the 3 of them, they didn't have a single centre clearance. I reckon Max is sore. I'm not making excuses. Fremantle were fantastic. We've now known Petrarca was crook. Yeah, he had no running power whatsoever, and they ruthlessly exploited him. No, so they should. It's a kill-or-be-killed competition, isn't it? There's 2 players I want to quickly talk about. We haven't got any footage of them. Aish, who left Collingwood, and I reckon everyone in Footy League was going to say, see you later. It's been great knowing you go to Fremantle. Scratch out a career, and well done. He's absolutely risen. And the other one who's vying for all Australian wing position is Blake Acres. He was best on ground at Geelong Geelong. Yeah, he was. Right? He was best on ground, and he's become such an important player. And they were 2 players, I think, when they left St Kilda and left Collingwood, people were saying, where's their footy going to end up? You know what it's ended up? Playing really critical roles in a surging Fremantle Football Club. So good on them. They're the great stories in football. When everyone thinks you're in trouble, they go, no, I'm standing up. And it sets up spectacularly to play the Lions now as we look for our #1 contender outright. The Melbourne side of things, so the funniest sentiment I saw expressed was every opposition now knows what they need to do, and that's get Lever and knock May out early in the game. Helps. It helps. So Langdon not there on the wing. Yep. May out of the game. So that was a little bit like the Wiedering moment. Yeah. It does unsettle all that they do. Yeah, I mean, Langdon's all-Australian women contention. I reckon Max is sore. Max is just not having the influence he's not. I don't think Jackson's having near enough the influence he should. And they just got caught. That was a big hit, wasn't it? Yeah. It was a really surprised they haven't done it a lot more often because Lever's got such courage going with the flight of the ball and May's got such courage coming out. I'm surprised it didn't happen. But anyway, they got beaten. And for all of this, they would have felt like they were in control of the game at half-time and then they just got one on the button, which they haven't gotten for a while. Yeah, well, that is helped the football season. It is the right result at the right time. Sorry, Demon fans. Everything. It's fantastic.
It'll work well for Melbourne as well. As coaches will tell you, they get far more out of defeat and the lessons that they can, the things that they can pull out and sharpen than they do out of winning all the time.
In '95, Carlton got beaten by St Kilda in Sydney. They were the 2 worst teams in the competition. In '95, and they went on and won the flag. The only 2 games they lost for the year. So, yes, it can absolutely work in your favour.